Of a high-powered Chinese delegation that visited the country on the 10th of this month, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo arrives in the country tomorrow. He is currently in India, meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, discussing ways to advance the US-India Comprehensive Global Strategic Partnership. In Colombo, Secretary Pompeo will meet with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and Foreign Minister Dinesh Gunawardena before jetting off on the next leg of his tour in the Maldives. However, the $400 million question on the minds of the majority of Sri Lankans these days is whether the Millennium Challenge Compact will take center stage during the discussions tomorrow. It remains no secret that there is no love lost between the Sri Lankan public and the idea of the MCC agreement, inclusive of the rather opaque acquisition and cross-servicing as well as status of forces agreements that were expected to piggyback on it. Their suspicions were further heightened last year, following attempts by the previous government to sign it and rush it through before the presidential elections. Last week, Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for South and Central Asian Affairs Dean Thompson revealed at a media conference ahead of the visit that discussions would focus on emphasizing US commitment to a strong, independent and democratic Sri Lanka, shared goals of sustainable economic development and a free and open Indo-Pacific. Thompson also stated that the US encourages Sri Lanka to review the options of its offer of transparent and sustainable economic development, in contrast to discriminatory and opaque practices, a veiled comparison between China's Belt and Road Initiative and its own Millennium Challenge Compact. He added that the United States urges Sri Lanka to make difficult but necessary decisions to secure its economic independence for long-term prosperity and expressed readiness to partner with Sri Lanka for its economic development and growth. When asked to comment on Sri Lanka's Chinese connection, Thompson stated that the US will be looking to discussing ways to change Sri Lanka's course towards a more positive trajectory, where Sri Lanka is headed, and ways to strengthen human rights, rule of law and democracy in the country. The next day, China's Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Lijian responded to Thompson's comments, calling them filled with Cold War mentality and a hegemonistic mindset that exposes the US practice of interference in the domestic and foreign policies of other countries. He also accused the US of polarizing international relations by forcing small and medium-sized countries to choose sides. Zhao added that in contrast, Sino-Sri Lankan relations have always been based on the principles of peaceful coexistence and friendly cooperation on the basis of consultation on an equal footing and mutual benefit. He also warned that any attempts to prevent countries from carrying out normal exchanges and cooperation through pressure and coercion will not succeed and will be rejected by history.
Lever Ayush Karabu Neti Danta Lepaya Shaktimat Datti Palakata